Okay. Sorry, I wasn't seeing the output screen, so I was freaking out for a bit. It's like, no. Um, okay, so 1 second. Okay. Anyway, happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are returning. If you are new, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Please also like the video and, of course, share with family and friends. My name is Jeanette the Oracle, and about every Thursday, I come on live on YouTube to do what is called Oracle Talks, which is a weekly, hi, and thank you for spelling my name correctly, yes. So every Thursday I come on at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to do channel messages for us for the upcoming week. And usually I'll touch on like all aspects of life, and sometimes there will be special channel messages like there have been recently, because the energies have just been like so big and intense. But for today, I knew from Spirit that I was going to be talking specifically about greetings. Hello, welcome, family. I know I was going to be talking specifically about the Virgo energy because we are shifting into Virgo season. So happy birthday to all of my Virgos, whether you're August birthdays or September birthdays. Happy birthday to you. I hold you guys very close to heart. I have a Virgo moon, literally my heart, Virgo. And then I have Saturn and Jupiter in Virgo. So yeah, lots of Virgo energy. Hello, hello, hello. Good day. Yes, so I will definitely be giving messages for basically all areas of life for Virgo season. So this is what we can be looking on or growing into, et cetera, et cetera. And then I will do a quick Divine Lovers reading because we are having Mars and Venus conjuncting on the 24th, which I believe is Sunday. Or Saturday. What's the day? The 26th? Oh, it's gonna be Saturday. And then tomorrow is like a third quarter square moon in Gemini. So there's a lot of like just general mercurial energy going on right now because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. But yeah, we'll do a quick divine lovers, and by divine lovers, I just mean whoever you may be dealing with as you dance between the divine feminine, divine masculine energy. So regardless of what your identity is, your sexual orientation, or what have you, that will be for that. But let's get into this first. So when I was checking with spirit to see like who the messages might be coming from, because I knew Sun, uh, Mars, and Venus are really the three big planets for this upcoming week for this Virgo energy. And so I was just like waiting until I got like one of the major arcana that associated with those planets or stars, because their sun is a star. And so nothing was coming out for a while. I was just like getting everything but one of those three. And then the Hermit card came out. So I took that to mean like it's really just let's talk about Virgo energy, Virgo season, really, and what this is about. And so I was like, all right, cool. So basically what it looks like for this season, so basically these next 4 weeks, it looks like the focus is going to be on the healing of the heart and heart opening. Okay. Which I feel like we've been doing a lot of that, but this actually feels new. This feels very different, and it specifically feels healing energy because that's the message that came out first, and then also heart opening. Okay, so that would tell me then that on some level we've all been going through a lot. We've all had to transition through a lot recently, and so this is basically a refilling of the soul and a settling into the container of support that is here for us from the universe, okay? And it looks like also too, because I have the Ace of Swords that came out as well, we will be doing a lot of communication around this. So whether this is learning how to speak very, very clearly and very directly how you're feeling, and acknowledging, how you feel, like actually touching base with yourself, like when you notice that you are running away from yourself or trying to numb out or trying to distract, instead checking in and just being like, okay, what's actually here, what's actually going on, and allowing yourself to um, let the emotions lead the way till it gets to the heart of the matter, till it gets to the truth, because it's usually going to be something very, very different than what is maybe showing up on the surface. Okay, so we're going to have to deal a lot with this kind of back and forth of the mind, of what's there on the conscious level, and then allowing that to reveal what's happening on the unconscious, and then speaking or recognizing, acknowledging this, because this is actually the foundation to the conscious mind, this lower level that gets hidden and covered under all the busyness and stuff, right? So that's going to be front and center. So I encourage you, and myself as well this month, if you haven't already started, to be radically clear, be radically honest, be radically courageous about speaking about your process, about what's really going on inside, how you're really feeling, what you're really thinking, and really just be truthful, really just be honest. And that's going to help facilitate this healing as well in the heart and clear up a lot of stuff that's been going on there. Now, as it relates to love, for those of you who are single and looking, or not really in a committed partnership, this may be a tough month. We have the Three of Swords, so there may be some breakups and some separations. And I was already picking that up a couple days ago when I jumped on IG Live. I was doing a quick channel message with Venus, because Venus just transited into Virgo on Tuesday. And the message that was coming through is that there's going to be some kind of revelation that comes up, or maybe a possible second chance. But there also seemed to be a lot, for a significant group of folks, some stuff around a third party situation. So there may be something that comes to a head, for folks this month. And this could be, now, third party situation, as I explained in that IG Live, could be another person in a romantic context, but it also could be, it could be an ex. It could be a parent. It could be a friend. It could be a job or work. It could be a health situation. It's something, some third energy or entity that is bearing significant, and really the key here is unhealthy influence on whatever the union is. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. This is also a lot of truth telling as well too, because when you have Three of Swords, this is the having the wool removed from your eyes, having the rose-colored glasses removed from your eyes, and having to see things for what they are, see people for who they are. And it really is just going to depend, on your circumstance, whether this is negative or positive, right? Hello, welcome. On the positive side, sitting in this energy actually means that you are seeing things clearly, you are perceiving correctly. So, you'd be making an effective assessment of who and what you're dealing with as you're dating. But of course, on the negative side, this would be, a breakup or something coming to light that comes between the union, and this would be a separation. This would be a separation. So that's going to be for, those who it's relevant for. This wouldn't necessarily be a surprise, though. Actually, no, I take that back because I do have the Tower out here. Um, I would say if you've been dealing with somebody for a little while, um, there may be something that comes out as a surprise, some kind of hidden thing or hidden person that comes up that creates this separation. If you're just starting with somebody, I don't think that's going to happen. But regardless, in that context, if it is a separation, it's going to be painful. I can't even like, um, I won't be able to soften that blow with this message. Like it's going to be rough. But that is the blessing of Virgo as well, because it is a sign that is related to purification. Okay. So if there is really truly something or someone that is toxic in your life, um, and then this is specifically in the as it relates to relationships and dating, um, while it's going to be painful, it is for your good, for your heart, which is just been refreshed and brand new. And whoever that person is, like they can't come along in this new energy. Okay. And it's a form of protection. So while it may be painful, also have gratitude as much as you can. Now, for those of you who are already in committed partnerships, we got this Four of Pentacles here. So I was getting two general messages with this. So one, that things are going to be stabilizing if they've been a little rocky in the relationship. And it's going to be very important that both of you spend time on your own, getting your each of yourselves individually on the up and up. Okay, really solid within yourselves. But on the other side, this can talk about a lot of stubbornness and being closed off and blocked. And I don't like this energy, especially because we already have the Three of Swords up. So there may be a need for a bit of a break. And if you need the break right now, it is, Virgo season, the Hermit. Take a little bit of a break. That's okay. Again, with the purpose of getting yourselves together individually so that you can show up emotionally available for the other person. But it looks like relationship stuff is just really rough right now because okay, so for those of you where there's not really an issue between the two of you, it seems like there's actually external stress. Because I'm getting the vibe with this, like really having to hold down the fort, right? Also in terms of how the emotional receptivity and sharing is between the two of you, we have the Ten of Swords. So this is a lot of stress. So this again could be external stresses that you both are having to deal with right now. This is, the return to school season, so it might be that. Maybe one or both of you are looking for jobs. Maybe they're stressed around money, because Four of Pentacles can talk about needing to save and conserve and really having to live within your means. There's not really much wiggle room here, that kind of vibe. So I could definitely see that happening for some of you. Now, for those of you that this is relating to a dynamic between you and your partner, this has been going on for a while. And whatever it is, I'm hearing needs to be put to rest. Whatever's been going on needs to be put to rest. So, again, the message earlier about there needs to be a lot of truth telling. A lot of honesty. And maybe for a lot of you, there will finally come a resolve because the 10 is, maxing out. It's coming to a completion. I don't necessarily seeing the relationship itself breaking. But I think for those of you where it is an issue between the two of you, it's going to be a hard month. It's going to be a hard month, but you must communicate a lot, like a lot. This is not the time to shut down. It's not the time to shut down. Because everybody is going through, on some level, a deep shifting in the heart space. Okay. So yes, those two messages that came through with this, a healing of the heart. And usually when there's a healing, it's about something that has happened in the past, whether it's a recent past, a recent fight, stuff with the boss, whatever it is, right? A healing. New energy. So it's a lot of juggling that we are all having to do this month. So be gentle with yourself and be gentle with others and communicate, communicate, communicate. Again, the message of radical honesty, radical truth telling, radical courage of sharing of your heart, of what's going on within you. Not necessarily about how you want the other person to show up. How you think, how you're thinking, what you're feeling, etc. And then of course, that will open up conversations for other things, but you got to start where you are. And I'm hearing stop the projections. Live in your own space, not in the other person's. Let them also sit in their heart space and show up with you fully. I think this is going to be a challenge, y'all. I think this is going to be a challenge. It's a good one, though. But lean into it. Lean into it. Now, for money, that is going to be a bit of a stress as well, too. Don't make it more stressful than it has to be. Cut out things where you know you need to cut out. Tighten the reins as you need. There is going to be breakthrough and opening up to abundance later, as it relates to work or business. Like that actually is going to start shifting. But it looks like it may actually still be tight this month if money has been tight. If it hasn't been tight, and you have a lot of resources, it looks like there's still a lot of things that you're having to take care of with the resources that you have, and that may be causing some stress. But I'm hearing, speak what you need to the universe. Because you don't have to figure it out. So this heart healing that's going on is going to be shepherded by Venus. And again, that message came through for those of you who were able to watch the Instagram live reading. If you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me at Innocent Alchemy, because I do jump on. I'm starting to get back in the habit of jumping on there live more often, but those live sessions only stay up for 24 hours. So yeah. Just FYI. Let's see, work and career. There are going to be some things coming out at work if you work for somebody else. If you work for yourself, if you've been feeling a little stuck, there are going to be some breakthroughs here now, and the energy is going to start picking up and moving, which is great because I mean that's the energy for Virgo. Virgo is a very hard worker. It is, as an Earth sign, one of the successful signs. Very good with money, very good with business. So that is going to help significantly. So again, with these stresses around money, the energy is shifting. And there are going to be some breakthroughs in getting done a lot of things that need to be done, if that's been kind of up and down for you. But you're still where you need to be, okay? Whatever that's looking like for you for Virgo season. So if you, if you just started the job, whatever that new job is, you're where you need to be. If you're currently at a place and you haven't left yet, your needs are going to be taken care of this month. Like you're fine, and you're where you need to be with that. And that will be shifting into more energy, more opportunities later. I'm going to get clarification on the money stuff, because it really does look like work is shifting, or maybe it has already shifted. Because it seems to be more mental stress. I wonder if it's actually like warranted though in the physical. Okay, let's see what we're actually stressed about here, because we're in our heads about stuff, but work is looking good. I mean, yeah, we're literally in our heads. This is the same energy. So I've had the Nine of Swords out, and it was clarified by the Knight of Swords, which is literally the same energy, Mars and Gemini. So yeah, we're in our heads. All right, so how can we quell that then? Seven of Swords on the basis of Two of Swords. This, you see all this fire, not fire, wands energy. So this mercurial energy, that may just be the thing this month. You know what? It actually can go either way, I guess, is what I'm getting. Because things are shifting and moving, and there may be a lot of planning. Because the Seven of Swords can talk about going overboard. In your mental capacity, but in terms of like what I was asking Spirit about this, of how to deal with that stress, this would say looking at the things that you don't want to look at or that you haven't been wanting to face, or where you've been lying to yourself. And we have to find that in meditation. So what is, that's a lot of cards, I won't take that. What are we lying to ourselves about? Because it's not work. We got Three of Wands, Eight of Wands, and King of Pentacles. So part of this is getting the heart right. One second. Oh yeah, so it is getting the heart right. So our minds are all over the place when we're not grounded in the heart space. And that holds us up when it comes to finances. Interesting. I'm going to clarify this Ten of Swords real quick. And then we'll get into the Divine Lover spread. But I'll check for final messages for us. Actually, we'll check on this this tower because I'm getting the phrase or the word breakthrough. So and I'm hearing like keeping the mind in check. Okay. So I got 4 of Cups and King of Pentacles again, and also 2 of Swords. So yeah, this is a thing again about how we feel, our emotional well-being, but also understanding that when we are aligned with the soul energy, with the soul vibration, and not fighting that, we actually will manifest what we need. Because we know how to manage it. I'm definitely seeing that here. And this isn't a feeling thing. Heart energy is different than when I speak about the heart, I'm not speaking about emotions or feelings. But this is part of the lesson that we're learning for this North Node through Cancer transit, especially for this 6 months, the second half of the year, when we kicked off with that eclipse in Cancer at the beginning of July. Our mind isn't going to do it. It's not going to be the way out. And it's not that the mind is important. It is important. We already have mastery there. Okay. We already have mastery there. Where we don't have mastery is our internal world. So let's clarify this blasted tower. Yep, King of Cups. Emotional mastery. Okay. And the King of Cups is emotional mastery, emotional intelligence, because it's a balance between the mind and the heart space, which is why this is going to be such a focus this month. Oh, it looks like my stream is getting a little spotty. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. There's that message. So very heart-centered month, which is not yeah, for those of you who have Virgo placements or who are, sun sign Virgos, that is not a space that we really like to sit in, right? We do not like to be in the heart space as King of Cups. But that's going to be the journey. All right, so let me see and check in now with Mars and Venus for their messages, because they're beginning a brand new 2-year cycle. They when they come into a conjunction, that's when their cycle begins, and it happens every 2 years, right? So that is happening on the 24th. I forgot the degrees. I think it might be like 2 or 3 degree Virgo. And Juno is actually not far behind, which is the asteroid that rules over partnerships. And of course, we have Sun right here too. So very, very big. And this is partnerships, business and romantic, right? But I've been talking a lot about like new soul tribe and collaborations with that recently. So that actually should already be in place, but it looks like we still have some heart healing. I'm just gonna prep these. I'm gonna use a different deck though for the divine lovers. Okay. Ooh. Y'all ready for this heart stuff? We gonna make it through. Why is the stream not being nice now? It's weird that it will start good and then ends up not being good, but maybe a bunch of people are jumping online. Okay, good. The energy is changing. That was a big change. Okay, so we're going to start with Mars first. So this is going to be the divine masculine energy. Okay, so in the spiritual energy for the divine masculine is 7 of Pentacles. Your heart's tired, listen. Oh my God, I'm annoyed that the stream is not being cute now. Oh goodness, okay. Mind space of the divine masculine. We got this mystery card, the oracle of the deck. So there's a lot that's shifting there. There's a lot of assessing happening with that 7 of Pentacles. So it's looking at, how far they have come, what's been the harvest, what they've accomplished, where they want to make adjustments moving forward. Okay, and then we also have a Temperance card and 5 of Wands. The bottom of the deck so far is this 10 of Swords. So this has come up already, right? So this may be okay, let me actually say this. Yes, this is a divine lovers, meaning romantic relationship, but because I am also in the context of divine masculine, divine feminine, this is also relating to the divine masculine and feminine aspects within you. Okay, so even though right now I'm centered on the divine masculine and you embody more of the feminine in relationships, this is actually still relevant for your internal process. Okay. So there is an emotional balancing that is in process right now. And we are starting to now break out and shift into a new place as it relates to the practical matters of life. So work, finances, health and wellness, etc. Okay, so this is starting to push into new territory. But there's going to be a lot of healing happening for the divine masculine energy or person actually this month. And it's going to be a lot about the mind, space, and belief systems. And this is going through a lot of shifts right now because the heart space, the emotional intelligence, is getting balanced out. Which is why in the spirit there is assessment that is happening. I don't necessarily think that there is clarity in direction for relationship just yet. That will come. For them, it looks like the material world, so maybe work, finances, things like that, is actually what's going to start opening up and advancing for them. And then as that occurs, the balance for them will be complete. And then they might be able to, later on, we'll see, shift into a place where finally their mind is balanced. And then when their mind is balanced, then mind and heart is good. And then I'm hearing they'll be able to make decisions quickly moving forward. And that will actually take us right up to Libra season. So yeah, basically in a month. So there'll be some clarity that comes through. And then when that clarity comes through, there'll be even deeper healing. So yeah, on a soul level, heart space, emotional intelligence space is being balanced out. Mind is getting reworked. So it's good that work or money or health stuff or whatever is as it relates to, again, the practical world, if that's burgeoning, if that's expanding, that's actually going to help them move through the process because it gives them something to focus on and brings them back to a place of mastery over their mind, over their thoughts. Again, same for us if you identify more in the feminine energy. Okay, so divine feminine. We actually have the Justice card, Libra. So that's the spirit energy. Sorry, I was just checking in again. With the masculine. There is a lot that's unknown for them moving forward, because again, it's part for this month, but for the cycle, the 2-year cycle coming ahead. And they are going to be operating during this time from the wisdom of the soul, what the higher self is telling them. And that's a very different way for them to operate in life. It's a very different way for the feminine to operate from that place in life for the masculine energy within. Because again, it's not just the other person. We all have masculine components. So, and we're going to have to stretch. But yeah, none of us are really going to be able to figure it out We have to move at the speed of the soul, not the mind. And the soul lives in eternity. It lives in reality, it lives in singularity. The mind lives in duality, it lives in polarity. So it's never ever going to be enough. It's never going to have the answers that we seek. That's going to come through the soul level, and that's actually what is awakening within for all of us, but in particular, those individuals who really do play more of the divine masculine role in relationships, again, regardless of gender or sexual orientation. And I'm hearing also kingship. There's going to be a lot of learning. It's good. So for the divine feminine energy, so again, that will be in those who sit in the masculine archetype, or, you know, for those of us who resonate with more of the feminine. I play the feminine role, but I really do sit in both energies. So I'm glad to see that in the spirit there is balance here. And I'm also hearing neutrality. That's really good. That gives me hope that there's a lot more maturity in the divine feminine, because the divine feminine really be acting out of pocket, real talk. And I know part of that is frustration, right? However, you're still responsible for how you show up in the world. So there's that. Okay, we got Ace of Swords. Clear mind and clear communication. I like seeing this as well too. Not only for this month, but for this 2-year cycle. Because this is a mind that's not all over the place. It's not at war with itself. Okay. We got the Lover's card in the heart space, the soul power. So this is a confirmation that there is a balance in I'll say it this way, the feminine player in the relating. There is a balance within of the internal masculine and feminine. So it's a confirmation of that Libra card. This is beautiful, y'all. And you know what? This is also that energy that we're stepping into for part of the, actually like a lot of the cycle, since it's starting now. But technically we'll have the North Node shifting into Gemini, which is what this card is, May of next year. Now, I will say this is also one of my soulmate cards, so that's really beautiful that this has come out in this relationship reading. And having the Temperance card too tells me as well that if you're already in a committed, healthy relationship, right, and the universe isn't like taking somebody out this month, but if you are already in a committed, healthy relationship with somebody, whether you're married or a long-term partnership, they are your twin, or what I would consider a twin flame, meaning a soulmate who also does work of the spirit. Now, they don't have to be a person that is like a healer or, you know, astrology or any of that kind of stuff. Doing work of the spirit means serving the community, serving the planet, operating in a way that helps to, and has a consciousness about making the world a better place, whether it's a local community, state level, national level, the world, the oceans, you know, people's individual processes for their own healing, like whatever it is, there is a conscientiousness about that. Okay, that for me is a definition of someone who I would consider to be a soul or be a twin flame. With that definition, in my world, you can have multiple twins, but more often than not, when people think they have a twin, they really just have a soulmate. Okay. When you're dealing with a twin, they already live in that space of service, right? Um, and this is important too, because this cycle with Mars and Venus is a Virgo cycle. So it's personal development as well as serving. So that already is locked and loaded in whoever it is that you're dealing with if you're already in a committed partnership. So you have your person, quote unquote. For those of you who are single and are dating and you haven't gotten to that stage of some type of committed partnership, if you're not interacting with anybody, the folks that you will be meeting moving forward, they might be few and far between, but they're going to be resonating more with that energy. And so it's just going to be a matter of, on the practical side of things, if there is actually a connection to have a romantic relationship and the practical matters of that, right? Or if you're dating someone, it's going to be very easy to see whether or not they fit that criteria. And it's a very simple criteria. And I think now, for the feminine, like whoever you may be dealing with, multiple people, like you can see clearly. And that also resonates with that Three of Swords energy that was coming up for the dating energy. On the positive side, it's like you can assess quite quickly and quite clearly, like who's there and who's not. Okay. Final card out for the divine feminine principle, but as well as those who play the feminine role. Queen of Earth. So feminine, you have your needs taken care of in and of yourself, and you have a vision of building for the future. So this is going to be this 2 years coming up, a time of great financial growth for you. Okay, because Venus not only deals with relationships, but also money. And Mars is also ambition. So having this cycle, this new Venus Mars cycle seated in one of the most successful signs in the zodiac, Virgo, which is earth energy and, ambitious and methodical, sees things to the end. This is really great. So feminines are pretty strong. I mean, comparatively, it doesn't seem that way with the masculine, but there's a lot of spirit energy here on the masculine as well as for the feminine. For the masculine, it's predominantly Saturn coming through. And Saturn is the mature masculine. Saturn matures Mars. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of growing up that the masculine archetype or the masculine player is doing. But they are stretching and growing into something better because they have their foundation, but they also are going through a growth period as well too with the Five of Wands, and they're growing in a way that's actually in alignment with their soul. So I'm very happy to see that, and it's going to happen fast. And feminine, this is specifically for those who are single and are dating. You are seeing that now. And you're open and receptive, but you are balanced within self. So that's good. For those of you who are already in a committed partnership or married, same thing. You also recognize that, and you guys are helping each other glow up. That's fucking dope. All right, so let's see the the guidance to help both of you navigate this 2-year cycle. Okay, I won't take those because I want a clearer thing, and I also don't know which ones are on top. top, so 1 second. Hello, hello. Let's go a card at a time so we can really get into this, please. So the spiritual guidance for navigating this 2-year cycle. I'm happy to see that there is emotional balance with the masculine happening though. Oh, okay. So we got the 4 of Cups. So staying in the heart space. This is balance from both parties. You're your own 2 of Cups. The other person is their own 2 of Cups as well too. This is also an energy of like really just chilling out. Four of Cups isn't, excuse me. Yeah, it's balance. But it's also not an energy of like seeking a thrill. Like it's even flow. It's even flow. And it's the moon in Cancer where the moon is home. Okay, so that's really beautiful. Mental space, Magician. The pettiest card in the deck, right? But, you know, at this level, given the kind of energy that's showing up for this relationship spread, you both are in control of what you manifest. But communication, I'm hearing literally is going to be the key because this is Mercury. It may take a second for the masculine to formulate his thoughts just because, you know, he's sitting here with this mystery card. So it may, and there is a lot that is going on there with reformulating the mind space. But regardless, this is shared energy that you both can sit in, and communication is going to be the thing. It has to be front and center. And I think feminine energy, you're ready to do that, but do that in a way, again, that is clear and precise. And we're all getting that practice this month in particular. So this month is the month that seeds us for these 2 years ahead. Interesting. Emotionally, we have to maintain our interdependence and not come from a space of codependence. This energy here is requiring you to have your shit together and that person to have their shit together, like point blank. 2 wholes coming together, not 2 halves coming together. That's not what this is talking about. Like you both have to be solid in yourselves emotionally in order for this to be healthy and for there to be balance. And I like this because it means that both of us, you know, are in a place of balance within. And that's going to allow the freedom that both individual people need, but also the capacity to share and build something, whatever it is, build something together. This is also Venus and Virgo right here too, 9 of Pentacles. So having all your needs and your desires met. This is an energy of overflow. So you can also tell, you know, whenever things get wonky here emotionally between the 2 of you, it's an indication that one or both of you are not stable emotionally, like there's something going on. And that's when you talk. That's when you talk about it and support one another in refilling the cup individually, whatever that looks like, because everybody has their own process for refilling, but you stay connected through communication. and that will maintain the balance. And then as it relates to the physical world, I love this. We have the Queen of Cups. So this is emotional balance, high emotional intelligence. This is, again, an energy of having all of your needs met as well as your desires. Because the Queen of Cups is also abundant, like the Queen of Earth, which already is shown up for the feminine. But the Queen, like the Earth energy, I would say the difference between Earth and water with this is like Earth is creating the physical home, or the physical house rather. The water energy is making it feel like a home. And you both have something to put into that. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. So this means, on one hand, you really have to watch your mind, because this is radically different than how any of us have shown up in our relationships. Okay. So we really have to keep those thoughts at bay, those old things that pop up, because they're going to pop up over these next 2 years. So we have to expect it. But also, too, this is a card of protection. Okay, so protect what you know is precious. And also surrender to the divine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that represent the divine energy here. 3 of which are centered on relating specifically. So the divine will walk us through this slowly and with care. Okay. This is starting to sound so good. Yeah, it does. It's sounding really good, but it also sounds like it's going to be a little scary, because it's going to require a different level of emotional intelligence and emotional intimacy on both parties, because both parties are now awakened, or going to be going through this process of the next, well, we're awakened at this point, going through the process of balancing the inner divine masculine and feminine, because both the masculine player and the feminine player are sitting with dual energy in the emotional space, and it's balanced energy. So it's going to require a lot of personal mastery for ourselves and for the other person that we're dealing with, so that we can keep the emotional connection clean with this Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, closing guidance. I'm hearing the phrase, "We got this." It's good to know. Yeah, I was getting this even before it came out. Communication, communication, communication. That's going to be the thing. Again, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. But we've got to communicate. We've got to communicate. And that's coming from Big Mom, the World card. We've got to watch our minds. Okay. All right, y'all. So that is going to be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed that. Please, like I said, subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. I apologize that, the video started out really nice and clear, and then somewhere along the line it started getting pixelated. I don't know what that's about, but we started good and we're finishing, so it is what it is. I'm going to start working on the astrology forecast for September. So sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already signed up for that. I'm also going to be opening up enrollment for everyone for my upcoming fall semester classes. So that will be announced in the newsletter as well too. I'll be running 4 different classes. Divination through tarot, which is awesome. Astrological Soul of Your Business, also awesome. Astrology 101, again, awesome. And then working with angels. So yeah, looking forward to that. And those classes will start right at the end of September. So there'll be about a month of enrollment. So you have time to save up and get that in. And then, yeah, it'll be good. And also, since we are now in, for me, fall season really starts with Virgo, but since we're basically in this fall season, I would recommend booking an astrology reading with me to plan for the rest of the year, and or I'm not opening my books yet for 2020, but making sure that you can end this year strong, okay? Because I feel like there's a lot that's going to be changing very quickly for all of us, and I get the sense that there's a lot of decisions that we're going to have to make very quickly. So yeah, book a reading with me, and so you have a sense of like what's actually happening in the astrology, so that you have something that's grounded, that's not going to be all over the place, even if your life is all over the place, so like what touchstones that you can depend on energetically. But also too, yeah, there's just so much shifting. So reach out for some reading, because I've been feeling it, but it's like I can tell folks are going to need a lot of support. So I am here, and I am available, and I would love to work with you. Okay. So blessings to you. I love you so much. Have an amazing weekend. Happy Virgo season, and happy Mars conjunct Venus and new divine lovers, as well as new collaboration energy too. Right. But yeah, all of that. See you soon.